in the house of Mutombo. Hey,
I'm jolling. Oh wait.
man, no, you're not.
Hey,
You're right there. You're right
I'm
there.
fine. I'm a
Stop it.
Jedi today.
I guess we both are like, the Sith knows. Yo, what's
You
going
know what
on?
it is?
What?
Savage AF,
What
man.
is
That's
it?
what it is.
Hold
It
up. What is
really
it?
is.
Is that what it is?
Savage AF is what it is. That's what we is. Forget your feelings. Facts matter.
Facts
We'll
matter.
we'll we'll get greasy in a minute. But listen,
But
guys, we are here for you Monday through Friday,
3 p.m.
live on YouTube and Facebook, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am
Right.
Black Pedro.
I
This
am
guy.
comedian Shang. And
Yes.
this is Savage AF. We are here for you and you are here for us. And we appreciate you watching the show, getting down on the show, getting down on the flow. Make sure that you see the little thing that's scrolling there. You see that scrolling thing. Make sure
So
that
if you ever miss us live,
by
you know
chance,
what I mean? Like,
like
and
say some
we
of
need
them
you
were
on
in
the,
your
we
life.
want you on the channel. We really, really want you live every day with us. But if you ever miss us live,
Right.
you should, first of all, purposely stub your toe, your pinky
Purposely.
toe,
Right.
find your nightstand or the edge of your bed or like the garbage disposal or something and just,
Or a car. I hope
yes,
a
a
car,
bus,
a bus,
airplane, whatever. But stub your toe
if you
just to
miss us.
remind you of how painful life can be without us. And
Without us.
then
Then
go to the YouTube page,
right there.
youtube.com/c/SavageAF World, all
Right.
one word. Uh,
There's no excuses though.
and when
Let's
you
be
get
real.
there, when you
When
get
you get
there,
there, there's no
do
excuses
this.
unless you're getting surgery to get a testicle removed from your mouth. Other than that, you should be there like this.
Mm.
I know some people in the feed are
See?
like, unless you're
See?
getting a testicle removed from your mouth,
Surgically removed, you said.
yeah, surgically removed
Like,
because that's yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm not saying that y'all ever
Uh,
had that happen, but I'm just
I
saying
mean, I'm saying that's a high speed collision if I ever heard of one. So, Savage AF, man, you know
what
what it is.
kind of dick are you getting?
Right. Also, know that we are available on Facebook. Okay. We're live on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook simultaneously.
Right? Look
Uh,
at
some
my
people,
hands.
some people have been banned, flagged, possibly arrested over their YouTube pages. You got to revert to Facebook. We get it. All right. Listen, when you're on Facebook, make sure you're doing Savage A
Dot
dot
F
F
dot.
dot. So in
Oh,
between the A
yeah.
and the F, you want a dot, and then after the F, you want another dot, and that's us, Savage A dot F dot on Facebook,
Right. Now
Meta World.
we're gonna give
Okay,
you a few more info, and then we're gonna do the rundown of the
more
rundown
infos.
for
We
y'all.
got
Some
a
more
few more
info.
infos.
We're gonna rock through this show like that. Now you know I got y'all to do the oh yeah. Rate, comment, subscribe, and if I have to tell y'all again, I swear on everything I love, on everything. Press the thumbs up. The thumbs up helps the algorithm, and the algorithm helps us.
Al Gore's rhythm.
There you go. So make sure you
You
do
know what
that.
it
Subscribe to
is.
the channel. Say it again,
Shang, I'm not
brother.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. For a second, I thought you had like a seizure or some shit when you were like, do, do, do. I was like, wait, what? Oh, and then you did to the graphic, and I was like,
But the
okay,
thing,
he's good. No, yeah, no, yeah. No, for a second, I was like, oh shit, something
that's
happened
the noise wrestlers make sometime when they're
right
wrestling.
before they slam you. Huh?
They go,
Right before the concussion, man.
like
Also, listen, listen, guys. If you ever want to save a comedian's life, the main and only one thing you can do to do that to save a comedian's life,
right.
forget CPR, forget 911. It's followings on Instagram, guys. So make sure that you're following at Black Pedro
Right there.
on
It's right there.
Instagram,
Fucking. It's
right
after
in your
it's right there.
grill
Fucking
sack.
face. All right. I'm sick of it. I'm sick
And
of you
then
guys.
and
All right.
then even before you follow at Black Pedro, make sure you're following at
I'm sick of
comedian
it.
Shang
I'm
with
not fucking
with
with
a
you people
G,
with a
a
G.
G at the end.
Hey, look at me.
All
Look
right.
at me. Look at me. I'm sick of it. I won't have it anymore. I'm tired of it. And if they don't do it, I swear, follow Black Pedro and you follow comedian Shang on Instagram, or I swear there will be hell to pay.
Speaking of followings, man, we do
All right,
have some
I'm
people
okay now.
here, and I thank God for yesterday. Some the first 2 days this week. Actually, this is our first show of the week. We didn't go up, so we appreciate you guys
I
for
have three jobs as a
the
Jamaican
boy
should.
Jamaican. I'm Trini. We always working, but Queen B is back. Damani Jones is here. I see Bronda as well. I think Nicole Treehead is Shang. Okay, you know that. We Savage AF. We never okay.
I'm
We
never okay until you put the lotion on the girl.
Hey Savage AF man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. You know what it is. Sandy is here as well. All right, so listen, let's get into it, man. We got a show to do. Like I said, this is our first one of this week. So
So
we should probably just get into it. It is Wednesday hump day.
hump day.
With permission, grab something and hump it if you can. It's
Wow.
January 18th with
What? That
permission,
was okay. You said
with
with permission,
consent,
but if
with
somebody
consent.
heard grab something and hump it,
That's
sounds
they
like
took it out of context.
rapalicious.
Queen B is here.
I would never rape a woman, even if it was the last day on earth. I would not. I would be like, I'd have to wine and dine her with what's left of the carcasses of the other human beings or whatever I had to do. But I would never do that to any of you ladies. All right. If I don't want
And
it, you don't want to get it
please
to me.
don't. You know what it is, man. It is hump day though, and ladies, if you want it, ask for it. Uh, January 18th, 20 Deuce Trey in the time space
See, you
continuum.
can't really do
I'm
that
Black
as
Pedro.
Deuce Trade because it makes us
Deuce
seem like
Trey.
we're in a
We claiming
gang.
the set.
Now, Dre, I'm gonna tell you about Pedro. We're gonna get into
Deuce
this
Trey.
very quickly. No, Dre is part of the Detroit gangs. I don't know if you knew that about him. And he shows up, he smacks people at family reunions and school reunions.
And bar
So
mitzvahs. It don't
yeah,
matter.
bar mitzvahs. Is that Pedro smacking people again?
Emphasis on the bar. Cheers, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but we're here to gang up, gang for you on the rundown on the run
Yankety
up.
gang gang.
Let
We're
them know
gonna
what
run
it
up
is.
on your ass, man. We're gonna end with a Shangry. Uh
That's that's Motown shit right there.
Tears of a clown when no one's around. That was most likely recorded at Motown Studios, Detroit, Michigan,
You know who that
Grand
was, right?
Boulevard.
Do you know who that was? Because
That's Smokey.
oh, okay. See, I always think that Pedro don't know shit.
Well, it might have been they might have
It's
been the
Smokey.
Miracles at the time,
It
right?
is Smokey. It's Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
And the
I think the
Miracles.
Miracles would. I
Yeah,
think
well,
the Miracle. I think the Miracles was his original group, and then he became a solo artist.
yeah, because he
But
was
he was
out
like the
yellow
lead
green
singer
eyes.
of the Miracles.
I met that
Hey,
I met that old motherfucker when I was doing Deaf Poets. When I say he was the strongest old dude I ever shook his hand, I shook his hand. I was like, nigga, get off me. Ah.
them was civil rights hands. Nigga,
Yeah, he definitely he got I've been through the struggle hand.
come
Like,
with your little hip hop grip, nigga.
hey,
No,
what's up, man? Hey,
no.
what's up, man? How you doing? He went,
He's like your little DJ fingers are cute, nigga, but these are marching hands. Sometimes our feet got so tired we had to march on our hands.
I dug up the grave of nigga slaves with this hand. That motherfucker.
Yes, sir. That's your Shangri, the tears of a clown when no one's around. Before we get into that, Black Pedro pop in today. The West might get wilder. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just let
And
that
we're gonna
marinate.
sprinkle me, man. Before we get into that, hey man, shots for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like if you lose an election, right? You should just shoot up your opponent's house, right?
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, I know we all get the calls. Sometimes we see them, we ignore them. We bounce. Sometimes they're not even for you. It's some bullshit scam. But the reality is, bill collectors are going. They gonna collect. They have whole agencies for that. And this is the final notice. But America needs to pay his bills. Like if they're gonna hit me up about these little credit cards or whatever,
Then they need to pay their own shit.
then the greater government outside of me needs to go ahead and make them same answer them same phone calls. So we're very close, America, that is, to defaulting on our debt. And if they don't, and when I say they, meaning Congress and the White House, don't raise the debt ceiling, um, this could have some very serious ramifications.
For the
Um,
not only for America, because America thinks we're the only thing that exists, the world. Now, Uncle
but
Sam, yes,
global trade, yeah.
global trade. Yeah, they want their money. Okay, and the bottom line is, it's due. It is due. But I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. America has always been a double standard where they will run up your asshole with, I mean, in a
I don't want
train.
that.
They will
I
pull a
don't want that.
train on your ass to
No,
get their money. But when
no,
it
sir.
comes to them paying the shit they supposed to pay, all of a sudden it's like, nigger, I don't know what you speak of. I
Right.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So I think that right now that pay your bills. All right, that's what I say. You double standard, motherfucker. Pay your bills.
This is one of those things. One of the, I think, many things that we'll see over the next, definitely this year, and leading into the 24 election cycle, in which we'll begin to see what, when you speak about trains up assholes, what Kevin McCarthy actually opened his booty for. What? How many train cars? You know what's in the caboose? What's in the
That's
cargo trains?
that's him
Who are the
holding
passengers?
holding his face because they going up in his ass.
Oh no, no, yeah, as much as he eventually he'll learn to like it. He seems to, but essentially, the GOP, the congressional GOP, is asking for 130 billion, and I'm getting this from Politico, 130 billion dollars, or 130 billion dollars slash in federal spending, um, which could, really affect, you know, border issues. It's just okay, safety, health, kind of, like just
Infrastructure is
and they want to do this in the name of making sure that federal bondholders, which I'm not a completely financial guy in that sense, so don't come to me for investment advice other than buy crypto and put your mama's house on it. But that was a joke.
yeah.
But
He didn't mean
like,
that. Stop it,
but
please.
but essentially, the GOP appears to be looking out for the wealthiest bondholders in America, as opposed to the average citizen.
Well, oh yeah,
Surprise!
no. Well,
Surprise! Spoiler
why?
alert!
Yeah, why are y'all? Why it kills me when people act surprised about that. The bottom line is the Republican Party. If you look at their history consistently, they have always pandered, catered, sucked up to, coddled, grabbed, and cupped the ball sack of the rich and shameless fucking top 1% of 1%. They've always catered to it because they get so many kickbacks. They get so many people that actually fund their fucking elections because they know that if they get in office, they get this person in office, that person is going to make sure that they never pay taxes ever again. But if they default on America, and which will affect the world, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because it's going to affect everything. And if you think it got dark before, it's gonna be Akon black in a minute.
And I'll repeat, man. I really don't understand all of this financial stuff like this. I'm like, what does it mean if America don't pay its bills? Aren't we the bills? Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what this means, but it, it just it's obviously bad for each of us as individuals to
Right.
not pay our bills, quote
Individually,
unquote.
yeah.
So it must be exponentially more detrimental for an entity
America.
like the United States, as a financial system, as an economy, to not pay its bills.
Well,
Now,
no,
Queen
no.
Bee, wait, hold on. Now, Queen Bee she's often quickly um, distracted. And you brought up Smokey Robinson. She said Smokey's still fine as hell or fine as fuck. And he did recently reveal that as she says, he said he blew Diana Ross's back out while he was married. Said that on Vlad TV. I did see
I
some
don't know if I
clips about
wanted to
that.
know that. I really don't know if I wanted to know
I
that.
mean, he let's just say they went cruising. You know what I'm saying? and that's about all you
Okay.
get.
There's only going to be people over a certain age that's going to get that. But uh, my opinion about the whole fact that America is even entertaining it, it's not. I hate this shit when motherfuckers say Democrats, Republicans, same shitty trough. It's not the case. The Republicans are in a position where they could fuck over everything pertaining to the debt ceiling, pertaining to shutting down the economy in America. They always threaten to do that unless they give the richest of the richest of the richest more money. You motherfuckers got to understand the country, even though there's super wealthy, rich people, they're not the bulk of the fucking country. They're just not. Middle class and lower class, and even if you want to go lower than that, poor people are the bulk of the country. So you're gonna fuck over all the country. You're gonna just absolutely dust finger bang the people that are the bulk of the America and act like the people who are buying golden toilets and hiring dwarves to hand them shit off the ground because they're so rich. You want them to be richer. You're horrible human beings. And if I had a whole bucket full of forks, I'd throw them on your fucking head. That's how much you get on my nerves.
Fork bucket. I offer blender hats for people
Blender
like
hats.
this.
Yeah.
Blender hat, fork bucket, head, whatever. I feel you, brother. Yeah. Yeah, America. Maybe before you have any company call me about some shit from college or whatever debt you perceive I have, maybe you should pay your shit first.
Pay your own shit. Yeah, yeah. The
And
hypocrisy.
not to the wealthy motherfuckers, but so that the average American citizen doesn't have to pick
Yeah,
up
yeah, yeah. Their hypocrisy. Hey, bitch,
this
your
bill like this.
hypocrisy slip is showing. That's what every time I
Mm,
hear them say shit, I go, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Every single time you will run a person through the fucking ringer when they don't pay their bills and say they're losers, they're no good, and this and that. But America does the same shit. And China be sitting there looking at you going, you actually made fun of us and you owe us all this money. You better get up off that money, bitch. Get back out
give
on the
me
whole
my loot.
stroll. Get out back out on the whole stroll. And I don't give a
Get
fuck
your
if it's
ass up off
raining.
your shoulders.
Right, exactly. I don't give a fuck if it's raining. You need to tiptoe your ass to the raindrops and get me my motherfucking money.
Hey. Yeah, man. So America needs to pay up. We're gonna keep pushing. And speaking of paying up, speaking of America, uh honestly, I didn't label it this, but I feel like, as we talk about this story, we're all gonna kind of be like,
motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
hey, shots for everyone, man. And those are on me. But they're like Shang shots or Shang bucks. Like I'm not really gonna have them for you.
Really?
Bring your own shot. Hey, but shots for everyone. And when I say that, I don't mean alcohol. I mean bullets, right? Like this is the way we're gonna solve politics now. Is when you're Solomon Pena
Right.
and you lose in a New Mexico. This isn't even a federal seat. This is not a United States congressional seat. This is just in your own state.
Right.
He's and this is from NBC News, a failed New Mexico State House candidate, who, upon losing by a landslide and
Not even.
thousands,
Wait. Emphasize that again, please. What'd you say?
I'm gonna lean in landslide, like literally, it
You
just
know what?
rained like
I don't
votes for
think
the
they. I
others.
don't think they
Okay,
understand it again.
here,
Lean in
here
more.
comes.
Lean in more. Come on.
When you lose by a
A
landslide,
landslide.
like literally, you built your house on a hill. The
Yeah.
opponents rain down on you way too much, and the foundation is busted. You lost by a landslide. Solomon Pena, um, rather than recognizing the landslide
Landslide.
loss, he
Landslidage.
landslide loss. He went the Trumpty Dumpty route, which is the danger we've been talking about. In which he said that I didn't lose. He's failed to, he just refused to concede. Um, and that being said, has recently been arrested and is being indicted for hiring, I think, up to 4 hitmen to shoot at a specific Democratic opponent homes, like their homes. I think like the Secretary of State or some other kind of local official, yada yada yada. Point is, this crazy motherfucker who lost by a landslide,
Landslide.
landslide, landslide
Landslide.
loss, bro. You lost big time. Refuses to admit that, and then
Wait.
thought the next best solution would be to hire thugs to go shoot at these people's houses. Now, I will say nobody was harmed, even though people were home um, at some of these locations, but nobody was actually harmed. There were 4 shootings, but I think the greater point is that you have this faction of the GOP,
AKA losers.
losers that are both part of that are both in the electorate and in the and as candidates who are willing to go violent for no justified reason without proof of anything. Exactly. Well, they really did go. That's not even Dirty Harry, but either way, they're
They
just
did. They
willing
went.
to.
They
They're
went.
willing to go Clint Eastwood on them in a western, just roll into town and like, I didn't get the result I wanted. Bang, bang, bang.
And what
Even
did
the
the
horse,
horses do to you?
the
Why
horse.
did
I
you?
know the horses in the background were like, the fuck, bro,
Hey man, come on, bro.
the
I just.
fuck, bro. Do you have your background really? I mean, it doesn't look like any of the horses got hit, so
But
good
still,
shooting.
they was like,
But I
nigga, what
mean,
you got? It's like,
yeah,
hey, nigga,
you
hey,
never want to be behind the nigga getting shot at. Like it's just
yeah.
a bad
What's up, Brizzy
tactical
JJ?
position.
Listen, the reason I think this is not surprising, and someone said, uh, "Are you surprised though, Queen Bee?"
Well, no, but we always want to highlight the elevation of this shit, right? Like, let it be on record when the shit goes down that Savage AF was always talking about, hey, this guy is feeding lies to this electorate. Oh, look, they're climbing on the walls and shitting on the desks of the Capitol.
They're shooting.
Oh, look, they're still claim they killed some cow. Oh, look, they're still claiming.
Ah, I
Uh,
did not lose.
oh,
I didn't lose. Okay, I won. Okay, even if I
oh,
lost,
look,
I
yeah,
won.
candidate who lost is now hiring people to shoot at, and that's some other shit. Fuck you shooting for if you ain't walking up, you fucking punk. Like, he ain't even willing to do it himself.
But it's
He's
smart.
hiring other people
I'm gonna tell you
poorly, by
why.
the way.
I'm gonna tell you why it's smart. If you're gonna go after people, you don't do it yourself. You hire a shooter. I mean, I'm not that I've ever done that. I don't want to mention my ex-wife, but I mean, did I mention? Shit, I did
She's
mention
still
it.
alive, as far as
She's
we
still
know.
alive. Okay.
Shang's Google history doesn't have things like
Right.
how to
Right.
dispose of a body in the
Right.
next 37 minutes. I just killed my wife.
Wife.
What do I do now? You
What do
know,
I do
this
now?
nigga, this nigga is the worst murderer ever.
Ever.
The Walsh dude, Anna
Yeah.
Walsh, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to make light of it, but the husband just got fucking charged, charged and arrested. But it's like, bro, his Google search is like the guiltiest
It's guilty as shit. And also
history
his
ever.
purchases is called How to Murder Wives for Dummies.
He went to Home Depot and was like, "Yes, where is your body disposal department?"
Specifically, a lady named Karen. Like,
Yeah, I need acid, a garbage can, a shovel,
yeah.
and some gloves.
But
Like, what the fuck?
see, this is the same mentality of a lot of Republicans. Now, it has happened in one situation where there was a shooting pertaining to somebody who was with the Democrats that shot at some people. He only
Yeah,
shot one person, nobody died, they were injured. But in a situation like this is how the GOP sees the next thing. Because they already said, if we lose in 2024, if you think the January 6th was something, wait till you oh baby, oh baby,
God,
shoot up.
motherfuckers.
Ah, I mean, that's what's going to happen. I think that the reason I was adamant about getting a gun, and it has been a very long journey. You got to understand, it is now January 2023. I started this in July 2022. I sent the paperwork out. I did some stuff. They want me to pay all this money because I have to get something expunged, which I didn't even know. I was like, I bought some sponges. I sent it to them. They were like,
No,
not that kind of a
you
sponge.
got to get your ex sponge.
Yeah. So I
Like,
mean,
hey, you got to call up your ex now and be like, remember them sponges we had?
yeah, just
You still have that
because I
one
need them.
sponge. It was green on one side, yellow on the other.
But I mean, look at how this man responds because they're bitches. Republicans are whiny little bitches. I don't want to say this like Bill Maher says it, but the Republicans are whiny little bitches. When they don't unless they win the way they want to win. If you look at what's the woman in Arizona, she felt like
Arizona, Kerry Lake. Yeah.
Carrie Lake was like, if I don't win, then everybody dies. Like I
And
mean,
and this dude, Solomon Pena, he's um Arizona adjacent in New Mexico. By the way, a previously convicted felon for um sorry man, it was something like larceny or something like that, but yeah, just totally not um yeah, a solid dude. And I think the GOP is starting between George Santos, a guy like this, other candidates that they put up are just like not doing the due diligence to put up even legitimate human beings, let alone quality candidates. I mean, when you have Mitch McConnell being like, "Yeah, I think we have a candidate quality issue," it's like, well, yourself included, but
right, you're included.
he's
But
established.
if you look at Kevin McCarthy, he keeps saying, "Well, the people." And by the way, Kevin Keith, I the 300 blackout supersonic round with a suppressor. Trust me, that's on my
Shang is not legally allowed to own a slingshot right now,
slingshot
legally.
right now, legally.
Bow and arrow is like if only if they're feather tipped,
Man,
but
yeah,
like they have to be. Yeah, so
these motherfuckers won't let me buy marbles, so it's bad.
they're
But
like
like
somebody could slip and
somebody can
fall
flip because I can see
and
you
hurt
throwing
themselves.
marbles and making people fall. But if you look in this situation with this guy, the fact that they he hasn't spoke out. One, he hasn't spoke out against Santos. He's always saying it's the people. He hasn't spoke out against the violence that these motherfuckers is doing. He hasn't spoke out against this guy basically saying, "Hey, I will shoot your bitch ass crib up if you don't if I don't win." And so it's really the people at the top. And Trump, who is basically the puppet for fucking Kevin McCarthy and all these bitches, they all condone this shit. 136 congressmen that was like the election's not for real, all condone this type of shit. Holly,
Trump is the puppet master for this
master,
guy.
right? Yeah,
He's
I
not
mean
the
puppet
puppet.
master, not the puppet. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I apologize.
yes.
And if you look at Holly, Holly is like thinks that's cool to
Josh
rub him
Hawley,
up. Josh Holly, yeah, fight,
right?
put his hand up and all that other shit.
He
But when the
looks like
shit
he
got,
plays for the national Nazi soccer
yeah,
team.
yes, like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I got
How'd the score go? High.
you.
It was
Hi,
very high.
he scored highly.
But no, I mean, like they're about that life from a distance, and what they do is they rev up their fucking orcs to go do this type shit. So even when they insinuate shit, they're so unstable. These motherfuckers will go out and do it. In this situation, this motherfucker said, "Not only am I this unstable, I need some people to go shoot this motherfucker's house up." That's the part that blows my mind, that nobody in the Republican Party are like denouncing this shit and saying, "Yo, that all right, okay, that's fucked up. Don't do that." But have they done that? Has Kevin McCarthy spoke out? Have I seen a press conference about this? Not at all. They still think January 6th was a picnic, or what do they call it?
A tour. It's
a tour.
a tour is it's just a tour for interested patriots. But yeah, man, I think we're seeing this rise in a guise of patriotism where people want to, so like, I mean, like this guy Pena. I'm just gonna read this paragraph from Politico again. Oh no, I'm sorry. This one's NBC News. Pena lost his state house challenge to incumbent Democrat Miguel P. Garcia by 5,679 votes to 2,033, or 74% to 26%. When you have a 48% difference, a 48-point difference in your election results, I think fraud is out of the window. Like, it's pretty hard to claim.
Nah,
right? Like when we get to the 1, 2, 3 votes, you know what I mean? A couple, in this case, we're looking at 7,600 votes, 7,700 votes, right? Remind you, this is a state house
right. This
seat
is not
in New Mexico, and not a highly populated state, but numbers wise, percentage wise, Garcia won, 3/4 of the vote. And Pena only got 1/4 of the vote. So, and not even that, but it's like, how do you justify? Actually, he did get 1/4 of the vote, just over it. But how do you justify that as some sort of fraudulent situation in which there was some shaving of, bro?
But even if you
this is not a shave. Like, they would have had to burn like 4 neighborhoods and kill anybody who was going to vote Republican to make this kind of deficit happen, right? Like,
but
there's no way.
Listen, everybody on the feed, and y'all.
I know. Listen, I'm just saying for the other people, the voters,
right? The Republicans, where they at?
Well, no, the nonsensical Republicans who believe in this voter fraud shit. I'm like, look at this election. This man sent people to shoot at people's houses, and he lost by half. Like, he only got 1/4 of the vote in his district. Like, what are you saying? Like, what is the argument here?
What is the argument? I'm gonna tell you what the argument is. Is bitch ass, pussy ass people that if I
When you
don't win,
speak
nobody
lewdly
wins.
like that,
Right. If I don't win, nobody wins. And if they do win, then guess what? We're shooting their shit up. And that is
if they
it.
win, it was illegitimate. If I
It has to
win,
be illegitimate.
the system works.
And that's like, if you playing in a football game and the other people get more points, and if it's like if they get 35 points and you get 16, you lost. That's it. And you shouldn't go over and be like, yeah, we're gonna have to shoot up the whole Dallas Cowboys bench. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just dumb. And people that are in a position of power aren't jumping on these crazoids and really making them pay for the shit. Look at it. And especially the top fuck face of all, if you look at it, the top loser's still talking that shit. Look at Trump. He's still talking that shit.
The who, the her.
And yeah, whining about it, crying about it. And for them to be so tough, they the most crying snowflake motherfuckers I've ever heard of.
The crying in this.
Yeah.
The most crying is this.
But they will attack the Capitol. And then they're like, I watched this thing called 4 Hours at the Capitol on HBO Max. I highly suggest you watch it if you want to see some. Now, if you don't like to see flat out Braveheart violence, don't watch this fucking documentary. Real shit. Because they show some angles you ain't never seen.
What's it called?
4 Hours at the Capitol.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
And when they show these cops getting smashed into the fucking door, this motherfucker's screaming, and the one dude saying, "I got kids, don't kill me, I got kids." You see all of this shit. All right, you notice these motherfuckers can go do shit like that, and then people are still surprised that they commit violence. Then when somebody shoots back, which by the way, this is Pedro's hero and mentor of morals,
Lieutenant Michael Boyd of the United States Capitol Police, who fatally and accurately, with one bullet, ended the life of Ashley, I'm out my goddamn mind, Babbitt, and shot her in the neck as she was attempting to break through a barricade hundreds of feet away from the Speaker of the House and other key representatives.
This is the part that was funny about this, and there's not nothing funny about somebody dying, but kinda.
No, in this case, it's amazing. Bro, like I'm not even being hyperbolic. I'm really not trying to be an asshole. Like the best thing that happened on January 6th was this white woman who was a former Air Force service person, right? A veteran climbing through a barricade in a situation in which he had illegally entered the United States Capitol with the expressed intent of interrupting the transition of power, a peaceful transition of power. She got shot in her neck because she was getting too fucking close to people in power. She had on a puffy coat and a backpack. Who knows what the fuck is in there? Officer Michael Boyd did the greatest thing that day. Eugene Goodman was fantastic. He didn't have a barricade in front of him, and he was outnumbered. But many officers should have cracked heads that day with bullets. And I truly believe that was the greatest thing that happened that day, because what she was doing and what many of those people were doing was so illegal, so treasonous, and so against the United States of America, so against the Constitution, that it was totally justified for any cop to shoot any of those people. They did, and they held restraint, but Michael Boyd did not, because he I think that was situational judgment.
Well,
proper situational judgment to a T.
But and WDMA Warrior says
tactical shit.
They backed off after that.
Nobody, WDMA, nobody, not a nan one of them other crackers tried to climb through that door after she got shot in her neck.
Shit, they shot Susie. Maybe we should go. Hey, who
You
wants
crack
to
one neck open, and them niggas started backpedaling
bitches?
like goddamn
But
defensive backs,
their
nigga.
outrage was
They all
hilarious.
turned into cornerbacks. Like,
Watch the video. Watch the video, and how they're outraged. They shot her. Oh my God! What the fuck do you think was gonna happen? Stand down, bitch. Listen, bitch. I'm gonna bust on your chest, and I don't mean in a come like sexy way. I mean with this lead, bitch. And she kept coming, and he said, "Bip, bap, bip, bop in the chest. Boom, dead. Pow." And all the rest of them went, oh, this nigga is about that life.
and listen, there as she's climbing through, some dude was yelling, "He's got a gun! He's got a gun!" Like, it was
They
clear
were
she
warned,
should not.
but
It
why
was
didn't the
clear
other
she
cops
should
do it?
not be climbing
Why
through
did the
there.
other
So
cops bust on them? That's the thing I've always wanted to ask about January 6th and how these motherfuckers.
well,
They found
it was a tactical thing. Like, with Michael Boyd, he had this one like tunnel window where this person is trying to climb through, and if this gets breached, if he allows this, and he's by himself, as far as I could tell in the video,
it was.
it's over. But he has this physical barrier there. So bam, lay the first one down. Should you need to again, lay the next one down. But the first one was all he needed to do. Now you got to understand, outside you got like 50 cops against 6,000 motherfuckers with a bicycle rack in front of them. You know what I mean?
And
And
yeah,
once that falls, it's like, bro, unless y'all really got them fangs, you're not gonna overcome
but
this
why
crowd.
didn't they
So
pull them things? Okay, and AJ
they
said,
didn't. They didn't have that.
well, they could have.
And
They could have.
and
A couple.
they
They did have handguns. Yes, they did. They had
no
handguns.
no no. I'm saying they would have needed fully automatic.
Then,
Bro,
hey,
they needed
but
they
they could
needed
have.
bro, they needed a turret like they needed some shit that sounded like a
They
cat
needed
purring.
this. They needed this.
He's like
Get behind the gate.
they
You're not
nigga
gonna
they
get the
needed
capital. You're not gonna get
that
the
shit.
capital. No. Stand down.
And by the way, maybe people think I, chalantly um celebrate Ashley
You did.
Babbitt's death.
You did.
No, no, no. I feel vindicated in the fact that he was vindicated. Lieutenant Michael Boyd was
For real,
vindicated.
Pedro, for real.
No, he was. It was deemed a justified shooting. His
Oh
actions were
I saw
deemed
the interview.
justified.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what I mean?
right.
So
I saw the
like
interview.
he did the right thing
He
according
did
to
the
his
right thing,
position.
but what
Fuck
I'm
your
saying is,
feelings, facts matter. Right?
don't you think that did you see how they kind of chilled out because of I guess it was because
At that attack point, nobody else tried to break through that barrier.
after that,
Nobody else. They saw her neck bleeding out.
yeah.
Nobody else wanted that smoke.
If he'd have shot a few more, you don't think that have made them yell back, "Hey, the niggers are shooting," and they would have all
No,
ran.
no. You know what? I'm glad you said that, Shane, because that's another very valid point in that situation, right? He didn't unload a magazine, reload, and just start, spraying. He shot one bullet, hit his target, and then displayed restraint. It's like you fire off and then assess. She falls back. He fired no more bullets. He killed no more people than he intended to. And when we look at these cops these days, between tasers, handguns, ARs,
choking out
grenades,
people,
urban tanks,
on and on and on. They never
fucking
do.
killer Falcon drones or whatever.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers, they are so indiscriminate with their trigger finger. And this brother, who was again fully vindicated, was patient, discriminate, accurate, and restrained.
Now, Kevin Keefe agrees with you. More
And
should have
that
been
is
He
professional.
said more should have been put down. Now, I know people gonna watch the show. Maybe we'll get flagged. The bottom line is, if the cop told you in any situation, and you're trying to smash through a window, and you got crowbars, and they did have weapons. There was people with machetes. This is the wild
Absolutely.
part. There was people
There
with
people have guns.
pitchforks. I don't know what the
You,
fuck
you,
that was about.
you know what, Kev Keith? I will say that I feel the sentiment that more should have been put down, but you know, I would like our voices to operate within the law as well. You know, just to keep it equal, man. But the reality is, if there were more people who were in the position, because it is also about the position that Ashley Babbitt was in. And you know, I try and empathize with Lieutenant Michael Boyd when you're looking at this person in a puffy coat with a backpack on, who, despite every indication that she should not be doing what she's doing, is doing what she's doing. Like, this is a barricaded door. They have smashed through a window, and she has decided she's going to be the first person to climb through this
That's white. That's
barricaded
white privilege.
door with a guy pointing a gun at you. Like, oh no, he's not going to shoot me. And it's like, no, this brother at this point has a sworn duty to protect the people at the end of this hallway. We're talking about you know, 100 feet maybe or some shit, right?
Right.
And you don't know what this woman has on her, if she has weapons in this backpack. And he
Or
was very
explosive. Or
professional
explosive.
in her assassination, and she needed to be
Well,
assassinated at that
no,
point. She
well,
needed to be killed.
I agree with you. I think that definitely, if I tell you stand down 4 times and you continue to come through the window, then it's dick bullets to the neck, bitch. That's what it is.
Now look, I don't know all the laws, Treehead, but she's like, within the law. The law says more should have been shot. Now I don't, you know. Here's my thing. You know, out on the steps of the Capitol,
All of them should
with
have got that smoke.
you know, that's how I feel, and you know, it'd be porn to me. I'd come so fast, you know, I wouldn't see the end of the movie, but the first three heads they got cracked, I'd be like, ah. But
Okay,
the
yeah.
reality is, without the presence of, like, visible presence of weapons, or a you know, without them being in a complete, you know, or complete is the right word, but a close proximity to you know, a member of Congress, I'm not sure that just opening up on that crowd on the
No,
steps
yeah, no, I
would have
disagree.
been
Uh-uh.
democratically ethical.
It would have
Democratically ethical.
okay, no, because was it
What is so
ethical?
good, we shall
Oh,
overcome.
no, that okay.
But God damn it,
I disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. So if it's democratically ethical to shoot rubber bullets into a Black Lives Matter thing,
it's not. It's not.
okay, and for them
It's
to,
not. It's
and
not
they did that
democratically.
right, and they shot tear gas. There was 4 people that got injured like badly.
No,
There was
no.
a reporter
I'm
that
not
lost
saying
her
any of that
eye.
was. None of that is
That's
right. None
right
of that
for
is
a
right.
photo shoot. For a photo shoot to hold a Bible upside down because that's what devils do.
Of course not.
And
Of course not.
right, but the bottom line is, I think that once you start stabbing cops with motherfucking pitchforks and taking the gate and smashing them
Squeezing them
and
indoors. Yeah.
punching them and tasing them and all that other shit, shots should they
Take
should have
his gun and kill him with it. Yeah, you know. Listen.
bust on all these bitches. Like, you ain't gonna step back. You ain't gonna step back. You heard me, bitch. You heard me, bitch. Well, guess what? Meet my little friend. Meet my little friend. Bop, 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 bop,
Treehead.
bop, 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 bop.
Treehead again. I'm with you. She said they were trying to overthrow the government violently.
Yeah.
They all deserve a
They need a
bullet.
bullet sandwich.
I
bullet
feel that
hoagie.
sentiment. I feel that sentiment absolutely.
A bullet souffle. What do you talk? Whatever way you want to make a
Bullet buffet.
a bullet buffet, and
A buffet du boulet.
And they did have weapons because they said that during the
They weren't brandishing them though. Like we haven't seen any footage of anybody brandishing, like any of those mob members brandishing a weapon. I know what they were trying to do through a legal process. They're trying to prove all of that, right? You know, maybe some people thought they were just going on a tour of the Capitol. Those people are dumb. There's a lot of dumb people in that party. So.
AJ Fitz says a cop can shoot you if there's a chance of his sidearm can be taken. A crowded area of maggots needed more bullets. And they did take
I
some of
think
these.
I think
They
I think
did take these out.
they ultimately knew they were outmanned and outgunned.
But if
And
you
that's
no,
but
you
that's
know
why you
why?
don't
You know why I
it's
don't think that's the case? Because just like you said, and I think it was I don't know who said it in the feed. If you shoot one person, you notice how other people back off. If you would have had shoot a couple three people and a horse, right? I'm
nigga, the
telling you,
horses were like, we ain't fucking with this
then that
nigga.
means
Get my
people would have
saddle.
backed off.
This nigga tripping.
They would have backed off. They would have backed off. And we do the whataboutism all the fucking time. If that was niggas,
Well, they overreacted when Negroes marched peacefully
it would
and
have
then
been a
underreacted when violent
exactly.
hicks were coming
It
out
would
of the
have been
hills.
a
So we
bullet
see what it is.
ballet. It would have been a
We see
bullet
what it
ballet, and you know it.
is.
They would have shot. It would have been like
A bullet.
it'd have been that scene from Scarface. And it's just people getting
Say hello to my little friend.
falling down the steps. You know, you
You
want to
want
go
to go
to
to
war?
war?
You want to war? Let's go to war. And they let them go. They let them tiptoe their ass out. And that's
I know it was
back
you,
to the
Fredo.
topic before we go into the
I
nitty.
know it was you. All
I'm
right, man.
smart. I'm smart. I'm good enough.
I'm smart. I got ideas.
I got
Savage
ideas.
AF. Fuck your feelings and your ideas. Facts matter, man. Black Pedro, comedian Shane. Make sure you guys. I'm gonna be at the 3 of Clubs here in Hollywood on Friday. It's actually a sold out show, but if you're already gonna be there, come through. I'll also be Saturday 10 p.m. show at the Comedy Chateau, North Hollywood,
Okay.
man.
Let them know. I'll be at the Comedy Chateau Friday.
Hey,
I'll be there Friday
Friday.
for the 7:30 show. Then I'll be at the Roosevelt that same night. Saturday, I will be at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach, California, 7:30. And then I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood at
Hollywood.
11:30.
Hollywood swinging.
And then tomorrow night, if y'all get a chance, and then we'll go because that way we can knock this out now. I'll be doing the Globe Theater. It's called LA
Yeah.
Nights Comedy
No question
Live.
mark.
The Globe Theater. I'll be there tomorrow night, 7:30 showtime. It's downtown Los Angeles with Speedy, Kanisha Buss, Brandon Wiley, and myself. So
Hang it back.
if you get a chance,
DJ
come down
Count
there.
on the
And
one.
DJ, yes, he's gonna be down there
Oh,
too.
wait, let's count on that one. I know he's on Rollo's show.
Wait, no, he's on Rollo Show.
Sorry,
And then
my bad.
DJ Twin, the 20 Twin.
Twin.
Right. So make sure you come out. This is Savage
That's
AF.
what it is.
We're here for you. I'm
Savage
sorry
AF.
that we went off on a little rant, but it does apply to the fact that there's a double standard pertaining to letting these Republicans shoot up shit, attack shit, and then you don't see them paying the penalty. This motherfucker
That's
that
it.
actually hired people to shoot up the people that beat his ass in the election, and he wants to shoot their house up and shit, he should go straight to jail and
I
straight
mean,
to
yeah, he's in custody.
yeah,
Obviously, he's not going to get away with this. But there's this mentality that this is the solution for that side. They think this type of violence and action is going to solve. So, let's abduct the
yeah, we got
governor of
flagged.
Michigan and chop her head off. Like, come on, man.
Kevin Key said, "Y'all niggas stay getting flagged." We did.
Every now and then it happens.
We get flagged. Did we get flagged again? Because I can't tell. Did we get flagged?
I mean, we're still on right now, so fuck it. And
We do get flagged a lot though.
and we can challenge flags, and we can throw out our own flags on the challenge too. So,
We're not
but
condoning. We're not condoning.
we're gonna be who we gonna be. Yeah, no, but we never condone violence
I'm
unless
just
it's
saying,
fictional, hyperbolized animal bestiality rape. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do
other
the
than
shit,
that, we don't.
do the shit you do when it's people of color. When it's POC, people of color, y'all go full military RoboCop.
Hamburger.
When it's snow heathens and the White Walkers are walking up on the fucking
No
Capitol,
crickets.
no bust a bullet.
Not on that. It's just regular crickets when the milk crickets start
And
cricketing.
you're right. We might get flagged.
Whatever. We're here for it. Savage AF, man. You know what it is. We're gonna keep it pushing.
Now.
We got flagged. The flag
Savage
show.
A, which stands for always flagged.
Savage and flagged. Yeah. You know what it is. Savage AF, Savage and Flagged. I'm gonna keep it pushing a little something like.
Hey, 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 it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, 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 with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, there we go. It's your boy Black Pedro with another pop in to let you know what's popping, man. Speaking of popping, the West might get wilder. You know why? Because motherfuckers might be just popping off, man. This from NBC News as well, but headline is carrying a concealed loaded gun without a permit may soon be legal in most states. Florida just became the 26th state, putting it over more than half now, right? We're 50 states.
Wow.
And I'm surprised Florida wasn't at the head of this thing, to be 26. I'm like, what are you doing, Florida? They're like, we're still using Negro babies as gator bait. So you ain't always got to shoot first. We save the bullets for the immigrants. But here's the
It's
thing.
bad. It's getting bad.
In the state that we live in, and I don't mean your individual one of 50 states. I mean the unitedness of these states. In the country that we live in, where Shane, sometimes I feel like if we wanted to, we could just focus on unarmed niggas getting shot by the cops or choked to death or tased to
Or
death by the
tased to
cops.
death. Yeah, tased to death.
Every day there's one. Nowadays the ones that get caught on video, whether it be real time or months later when it's released, those tend to be the ones that we are able to focus on because we see it. But the reality is, it happens so much. Between that kind of violence, your everyday shooting. If you wanted to, this could be a mass shooter show,
Yeah.
right?
It's a wild. Yeah. It's gonna be
We
wild.
could definitely do 3 episodes a week of mass shootings, right?
Easy.
If we wanted to. We could do the daily accidental shootings if we wanted to, or intentional, where a 6-year-old goes and shoots their teacher. Bitch, I said ABDBC, and then he got a bad grade,
Yeah.
get a bad grade on your ABCs, and then
That kid,
everybody
just loves to learn, man. He just loves to learn. That's what I.
he was thinking about his future and was like, how am I going to get in Harvard if you fail me at nap time?
Was it a little white kid?
I actually don't. I don't know the racial demographic
But if
of
it was
that
a little
kid.
black kid, we would have.
That was in Virginia. It's a Virginia, and either way. But the reality is, man, in America, in which most states are going to have or are going to allow their citizens to walk around with loaded concealed weapons without a permit. And generally, concealed carry permits are, they're regulated to some degree, which you have to, show some sort of responsibility, proficiency. Yeah, I just think onus to the job, to the task. If most states are going to let people carry concealed without that, yeah, America's fucked, man.
It's about to go down, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so be careful out there, man. And as much as I've advocated black gun ownership, responsible, lawful gun ownership for black conscious people, not on some gangster shit, not on some revenge shit, not on some what you say shit, but like really
I
like
disagree.
no, I mean,
No,
hey man,
I think
we joke about a lot of shit, but like this, guns it's some real shit, man. Like it really is. So I do get concerned when I hear that, a lot of these states, as undereducated as and undertrained people as people
And
are,
racist as they are.
and when you see like what was it, a 3-year-old kid in diapers or some shit who was like fucking brandishing guns in at his parent, at his dad's apartment
Well,
building.
the pink guns are for the little girls.
Hey, they're prettier when they kill.
Yeah.
But it's just like it is a real thing out there. So for all my gun owners out there, like myself, please make sure that you're doing it responsibly, and that especially that children and people with any sort of maybe mental strains or disabilities don't have access to them, and that that they're locked and stored responsibly.
Okay.
Do that part, and then also maintain your own mental health and discipline so that you're not pulling out them things
Well,
just because a nigga
I
stepped in front of you in the butter line at the AMC or some shit. For
well,
your popcorn. It's like this ain't a reason to
hold on. I'm
pull
gonna
out
turn
your
this
gun.
show. This show has turned into Crossfire.
What?
All right, so all right, Lo, I agree with you, but this gun fucking the fact that I think that these white and it is white, it is just white people that are passing these laws so you can conceal and carry is because they want to feel like, well, we're becoming less in numbers.
Stand their ground.
Stand their
And
ground. We can do more. We can kill more black people and be justified. We can kill more brown people and be justified. Now, I know this sounds like a conspiracy theory, but I can't see what is the reason that you want to give. Now, I think it's horrible that they're giving little kids this, like, hey, death is not real. Shoot them with your gun and make it pink. Is
yeah.
crazy. Yay. Or little kids, yeah, man.
Pew
So,
pew pew.
yeah, right, exactly. But I think that they're doing that so they can feel like the equal the playing field for themselves. Because hands wise, not so much the winners. I'm not saying that black people don't get their ass beat by white boys. There's some tough ass white boys out there. But most of the time, if you watch the videos on YouTube, niggas be mopping these people. So they're like, well, I need a gun. And they're playing loud music. I need a gun. Hey, he's walking down the street. Oh, he's eating
Go get
Skittles.
that gun.
I
Yeah.
need a
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it to get to that point, but that's where it's already going to get to.
That UPS man delivered my package upside down. Get my gun.
Look at people helping me. Yeah,
AJ says, Shane, can you get it looks like maybe it's pronounced Bernya gun or BRNYA gun.
Burner. Yeah.
Yeah, it shoots 5 projectiles. And those are non-lethal projectiles, right? AJ,
Right.
I'm presuming. But yeah, I'm starting to see non-lethal projectile handguns out there.
But yeah, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Well,
Oh, no.
I just want to say, Treehead, no, we did not know the guy that drove around Seattle shooting Black Americans even make the national news. No, I didn't know about that.
Wait, there was a Senegalese dude who drove around Seattle shooting Black Americans?
Well,
I didn't hear about that at all.
I'll look it up. And the father
It,
deserves to be
it,
locked
it
up.
was just, and Tria, please let me know if this was I would assume a Black Senegalese person, or Senegal was, I know, colonized by the French. So was it a white Senegalese?
Wow, it's just a lot of shit going on. Look at this. Look at this. It says the cops killed a young man, Tyree, this week. He died at the hospital. Ben Crump, of course, is handling it. It just goes on and on and on. And I think that if we continue to say, hey, anybody can carry a gun. And if you're at McDonald's, you want some extra sauce. It's like, that ain't special sauce, bitch. Pow. Now, I got to admit, maybe that's the reason that I didn't get a gun immediately, because I am one of those people that probably would be like, what you mean Shang shot the motherfucker? That's what you'd hear. He shot 2 people.
You didn't like my little bitch ass joke? Cool. Blah, blah.
Hey, see if you can make it to your car.
Treehead said he shot 2 people down the street from my house. This is a Senegalese dude. Yes, he was Black. and said he hated Black Americans.
Well,
I never really thought I would say this earnestly, but go the fuck back to Africa, dog.
if you don't like it,
Like,
hey,
nigga, you literally from Africa. You Senegalese.
fuck
You don't
you.
like Black Americans. Go the fuck back to Africa, stupid. Your
And we don't
black
want
ass wouldn't
anybody
be
white.
allowed here if
We
it
don't
wasn't
want
for us.
anybody white tuning into this and thinking we're saying that we condone you saying the shit.
Oh yeah, no. That was
Yeah,
just for him and
that was
just
just for
between
him.
us. You just got to witness you got a window into the Black community. Has nothing to do with you. Shut the fuck up and go back to Europe.
Right. Now, before we get out of here, Savage AF, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you're a better person. And you know what? If you believe in God, you believe in Jesus and all that other stuff, I guess he'll bless you. If you don't believe in him,
I guess you'll get blessed.
I
with some
guess
shit,
you'll be
right?
blessed. But
You'll probably get some spiritual shit or something.
maybe not. You know, yeah, maybe your gout will go away, maybe your gout won't. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. When you go to the, make sure you do this.
Ding,
Yeah,
ding.
ding, ding. Then give us a thumbs up and give us and follow us up on the egg. You know what it is on the egg. Follow at Black Pedro, Black
Ig not lest
Pedro.
you be igged upon, y'all. Come on.
Exactly, and follow at comedian Shang. And I'm gonna jump into the Shangri. They're gonna get up out of here. Listen, my Shangri today is basically, now I used the Detroit Motown reference. That was
You got to.
specifically
You got to.
for him.
What up,
But,
though?
yeah, what
Greatest
up,
city in the
though?
world. Shang know it. He's
AC
recognizing, he's endorsing it.
I'm
And that's what the
endorsing it.
message is today.
AC, I
Detroit is the
was
best.
on a show with AC earlier this morning.
You know what it is?
AC, and that's every
Alan
time.
Cunningham. Let's
Every
go.
time he came on there, what up, though? And so,
What up, though?
I want to let y'all know what up, though, with these motherfucking bitch ass whining Republicans. That's what I want to talk about. Boom. Well, I said the tears of a clown when no one's around. The reason I'm saying no one's around, Marjorie Taylor Greene, with her bitch ass, held a rally. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, this bitch right here. This bitch right here. That clueless. And by the way, I don't know if y'all know, her face runs on electricity. And I mean, plug it. That bitch, its face is a Tesla. She got a Tesla face. Her face way too
Teslas
strong.
look good, bro.
Oh, that's true. Well, but yeah,
she's a pole star.
yes.
You know, just like, yeah, you could plug it in, but it ain't sexy.
She held a rally where some white nationalists, white supremacists came, and guess what? Maybe 14, 15 people showed up.
Yeah.
Maybe 14 people showed up.
And maybe 7 of those were her family.
And so a lot of the white nationalists, and it was actually a rally that was like going against the gay community and
The gay
community. That's what they said.
The red, the black, and the gay community.
The gay community.
See.
Hilarious.
Sorry.
And it was a total shit show. Okay, it was a giant pile of steaming
dung. It was a dung.
And a lot of these Republicans that are doing these little shit show things, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene and her crew and everybody else, right now, guess what's happening? I have to agree with Pedro. Again, fuck! That maybe their power is diminishing. Kevin McCarthy is still owes them, you know, everything because they wouldn't be the speaker.
He's about to open that
right
whole
now.
butt up.
Yeah, right now he's just holding his face while they
That's
go in that ass.
That's the mantra he does before his anal expanse.
But, yeah.
He's the AE event, the anal expanse. By the way, AJ Fitz said MTG looks like the Sawdoll.
Damn.
Like,
but right
cut
now,
off your ankle
Republicans are taking L's left and right, and everybody tries to act like they want to defund the FBI, but there's this actual graphic has actually been trending. Defund the GOP. That's what the fuck is going on right now. These assholes are actually getting more and more backlash. Ready? From other Republicans and whiny little bitch ass Trump, who you see animated here, and he wah, 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 is actually there. And the Republicans that are moderate are actually scattering. They're all fucking scattering. Now they're like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, what? What? Yep. So what I want to let y'all know is I will admit that I'm wrong, but I still feel like Trump is still the big dog that is going to kill the Republican Party. I still think it's Trump. I still think Trump is still in the mix.
He's trying.
Look at that. He is trying, but he is still in the lead. If he ran today, he would beat DeSantis. That is a fact. So they still got it, but they are losing. And these motherfuckers is whining on Fox, whining on fucking what's the News One or whatever.
All the platforms is
all the right wing platforms. These motherfuckers is crying and saying, "What's going on with that thing? Why would it take 14 votes and 15 votes to vote in Kevin McCarthy? And if we don't like what he does," and they're all crying like little bitches. And Marjorie Taylor Greene complained about it because they're incompetent fucks. A child can see this. A child can see that they're incompetent fucks. That's all they are right now. So I'm letting y'all know right now. I will say in front of Pedro and in front of you motherfuckers, all you motherfuckers, maybe things have turned around. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I thought was going to be running shit, possibly the vice president candidate with Trump, aka strong face,
yes,
aka don't got a fucking clue.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, yeah, she do got it. Wow.
If you put little spirals on her cheeks, dog, she's like, and now you must eat your own neck in order to survive. And you're like, God,
there's a key buried in your asshole. Dig it out. You can live. But the bottom line is, it does look good. And also, before we get up out of here, I'm gonna give Pedro 2 today, because tomorrow I'm just gonna totally slam him as you're wrong.
Let's see.
No, Smith actually is not to be played with. This straight face evil motherfucker is going hard as fuck after Trump.
He looks like a Starship Trooper and shit. He's like, these will not win.
Yeah, this dude is not playing. So let's see if Trump will get indicted, because it seems like he's not playing. And he's also, I didn't know this until recently, he's actually using some of the information from Georgia. So that motherfucker, he about that life. He about that life. So guess what? Sir, it's going down. And I give y'all props. I'm out. I'm out with that. I ain't go. But then tomorrow I'm gonna have some other shit. Still, Merrick Garland's a bitch. I hope the Dallas Cowboys all get eaten by wild warthogs. I can't stand these motherfuckers. I like Dak, but the rest of them, fuck them. If you're from Dallas and you are a fan, fuck you too. And I want to say that. What you mean, dang, shang, breezy, JJ? It's the truth. Shut up.
You know what it
Savage
is.
AF. We're gonna see you tomorrow.
Fuck your feelings, facts matter. You know what it is, man. We'll be right back at y'all tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, man. Until then, Black Pedro Comedian Shang, with our fully endorsed messages. Stay black if you are.
Black, 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 black.
Don't be black if you're not.
And
keep your finger
Will Smith's name. No, I'm just kidding.
Out your nose.
Keep your fingers out your nose. Was that it? And keep Will Smith's finger out your nose.
Yes.
No, I don't think that. Well, you know what I meant.
Keep his wife's finger out your nose. That's what it is. Yeah. All right, y'all.
I'm gonna keep my dick out your wife.
Out my. Keep your wife out my dick.
Later, y'all.